Okay, I'm live on YouTube and Instagram now. How do I give them this link? Dude, they don't make this easy at all. Oh, here we go. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it. It's a true friend right there. Okay, I'm just going to start. All right, everybody, welcome. Episode 24, Positive Reinforcement. I got my Instagram camera right here. Okay, Josh Bacon's watching me on YouTube. Josh, can you hear me? Can you hear me well? Want to make sure my mic works before I move on here. Hello, my sister. All right, we got 7 people watching. That's cool. All right, so hey guys, welcome to episode 24 of Positive Reinforcement. Now, let me just say one thing. I was kind of scared to start this early because ever since about 9 o'clock in the morning, I had, what's up, Kevin? I had the landscapers out here just cutting down trees and mowing lawns and trimming bushes and stuff at the apartment complex. Like, and thankfully they're done. But I was like, guys, I got a podcast to do, So, but I'm happy that they're gone. Guys, this is weird, all right? What are we living here, in The Walking Dead, or what's going on? Like, quarantine, man. United States. What kind of world are we living in right now? It's pretty crazy. And I'm going to let you all know something right here, right now. I'm a teacher. You know that. That's why I make the Positive Reinforcement podcast. School was not canceled, all right? I canceled my shows, all right? Because I'm an entertainer before I'm an educator, okay? I shut down my shows. They're not classes. They're shows. And I'm postponing my shows because when I stand up in front of my students, I'm not educating. I'm educating, but I'm not just educating, I am just a freaking entertainer, dude. All right. I'm making people laugh. I'm making people cry. I'm making people laugh and cry over Julius Caesar. That's putting on a show. All right. Educating would be reading a text, answering some questions. No. I put on a show. So my shows were canceled. Okay. My shows were canceled. My sister says she's still working. That's not cool. Everybody should be getting paid and staying at home right now. It's the bottom line, okay? This is outrageous that some people are still out there, especially people that do things that involve a lot of people. My hat's off to healthcare workers, anybody still working in the restaurant business, just anybody dealing with people a lot on a daily basis. So, but that's the unfortunate reality is that's not what's happening. And, but anyway, let me break down the timeline for you, how I got the news. I mean, the world 2 weeks ago was literally a different place. It's crazy. Like, I remember being in the classroom, getting the email that said, all right, there are no spectators are allowed at sporting events. We'll still play the sport. Nobody can come watch. That was the first thing. And then literally like the next day or later that day, it was all sports canceled. The play is canceled. There was something like you got to sit 6 feet apart from each other or something. I mean, and then all of a sudden, like we got 2 letters from the superintendent that said, school's fine. It's going to stay in session. We're good. No reason to shut down school. Kevin says, I'm going to be right back. My phone is at 5%. Why are all my students pieces of technology, why are they always at 5% or lower? Doesn't matter. It could be 8 o'clock in the morning. Mr. Norris, my phone's at 5%. It could be sixth period. Mr. Norris, my phone's at 5%. Charge your phones, charge your iPads, keep them plugged in. Anyway, so then got the third letter that was basically like, psych, school's closed, see you later. And now here we are. Now the governor has said that school might not even open back up at all this semester. And that is absolutely insane to me. I mean, and it sucks because, it's all good, Kevin. Just, hey man, Phillip Rivers is with the Colts now. That's pretty crazy too. We'll talk about that later. What was I saying? Totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, so the governor came out and said that school might not come back for the entire semester, and that sucks because I've said many times on this podcast that this is by far my best school year. Students-wise, teaching-wise, it has just been, maybe one or two bad days out of the 100 or so that we've had already. I mean, it's just been great. And then I was so excited to start Lord of the Flies. And by the way, I got Lord of the Flies right here in case there are any students watching. I will be reading some passages from it today throughout the episode, because not teaching Lord of the Flies is my kryptonite. So expect that coming up soon. So just knowing that last Friday or whatever it was the last time that I would be teaching my students, possibly, I don't like that. It's not cool. It's just so weird knowing that it's March right now. And thank you, Jacob, former student, just said Lord of the Flies is a good book. Damn right, it's a good book. It's the best book of all time. But yeah, it's just such a weird time right now. Such a weird time. And like, I don't wish ever that this would happen, but why does it have to happen right now? Like, why couldn't it have happened, 5 years ago or so when I was struggling with speech and debate? That would have been nice to have the year suddenly canceled, but it is what it is, I guess. So speaking of Lord of the Flies, let's dive right in. The boy with the fair hair lowered himself down the last few feet of rock and began to pick his way toward the lagoon. Though he had taken off his school sweater and trailed it now from one hand. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to read the whole thing. But the audiobook is posted on my channel. So please go check that out, because I might not be able to teach this book to you. I went, spoiler alert here, but I do this thing for chapter 8 where I turn my entire classroom into hell. I put this red cellophane over all the lights, and I get a smoke machine, and I got strobe lights, and I got the pig's head on a stake and all this stuff. And there's a good possibility I'm not going to be able to do that this year. And that sucks. So Mr. Bacon asks, speaking of Lord of the Flies, do you have any spare red cellophane? Yeah, I got 10 rolls of it in my car right now, just waiting. I picked it up at Dollar Tree literally the day before all of this happened. So, sucks. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate that. Kind words. Okay, so if I'm looking at this camera, that means I'm talking to YouTube. If I'm looking at this camera, that means I'm talking to Instagram. I'm trying to stay on YouTube since that's the main focus here. But thank you for all of those tuning in on Instagram. I appreciate it. So can't complain there. What I do want to say is I posted this on Facebook and Instagram yesterday, but if there are any parents listening right now and you just heard the news that the school year might not come back, and you're looking for educational materials to keep your kids occupied, especially if they're at a middle school or high school age, Mr. Potter, get it together, man. Put your phone, plug it in right now. All of your technological devices should be fully charged. Okay. Anyway, so what was I saying? You got to stop throwing me off, guys. It's your fault. Okay. Leave me alone. I'm trying to do a podcast here. Totally forgot what I was going to say. Threw me off. But anyway, oh yeah, that's what I was saying. So if you are a parent and if you have a middle school, I was going to say if you have a middle-aged kid, there are some students though that walk around and you're like, are you secretly 45? They have like a full beard at 16 years old, and they're just like super built already. It's like, hey man, what are you doing? But if there are any parents out there who are parents of a middle school kid or high school kid, and you're looking for enriched texts and you're looking for something that's going to engage them, I've got audiobooks for you. Okay. I got audiobooks for Lord of the Flies, Harrison Bergeron, End of Clay Are We Created. I've got the Julius Caesar audiobooks. I didn't make those, but they're great. And then also have Medea, some Greek mythology. So my sister says, love you. Got to go cut hair, I assume. Good luck. Stay safe. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. Just find a way to some stuff. But yeah, it's just a weird time. Josh Bacon, are you still watching? It says I have a unstable connection. Can you see me still? Go ahead and say something to me if we're good. I've never done it live before, so this is all brand new to me. But I'll tell you something. Right now, there are certain people in the world who, okay, yep, stable, we're good, thank you. There are some people in the world who are under quarantine and they're losing their minds because there are just a lot of people out there who, unlike myself, are not able to just sit and be, what is happening out here? Okay, now they're getting rid of the trash. So sounds like the apocalypse outside. Don't mind that. But there are some people that I know they can't just be at home alone with their thoughts. There are some people that just have to constantly stay busy. And to those people, I say, good luck. Learn to realize that staying busy all the time isn't a good thing. If you're staying busy for the sake of like distracting yourself from other real problems going on, maybe this is the world trying to tell you to, hey, stop, think about some things. Oh my God. There's got to be a easier way to do that. But you know what I'm saying though? Like if you, I'm the kind of person who can sit and be alone with my thoughts because I feel like I've done what I needed to for the first time in a long time to make sure that I'm good up here, And there are some people who aren't good up here, and it's not their fault. It's just that they've been avoiding it, but now they're confronting it. Hi, hello. Hi, Evelyn. What's up? And this is a good time to maybe sit down with yourself, since that's all you have to do, and maybe think some things through. What are some things that you're trying to force yourself to be distracted from? Like what are the things that you are trying to run away from and stay busy? I hate that we live in this society where being busy is this celebrated thing. I don't understand that. Guys, if I can, I will sleep 12 hours a day, and I will not be ashamed of that. And no one should be ashamed of that. All right. Sleep is amazing. Sleep is good for your brain. And I mean, we live in a society where people will wake up and be like, hey, I'm only running off of 4 hours of sleep. Like it's a good thing. No. Why are you celebrating this? Why are you rejoicing at the fact that you don't have enough sleep? I don't get it. So hopefully, to those of you who can't just sit there and be alone with your thoughts, force yourself to be alone with your thoughts, because it's a good thing. It might suck at first, right? To be bored. I mean, like Louis C.K. said a long time ago on one of his shows, we're not allowed to be bored. Our minds are just infinitely, oh my, 1 second. Are they back? Yeah, they're back. Can you guys hear me still? I feel like that's just drowning me out. Am I good? Oh. Hey, people are so rude, Bastards. Go home. I don't care if my hedges look nice. Guess we're just going to have to suffer through this, huh? If you're concerned, it's not that loud outside. Okay, cool. That's all I needed to hear. I guess I just have to power through it. And now I feel like I'm shouting. I don't want to be shouting. They're literally right here by my window, just cutting down trees. For what reason? Welcome to Positive Reinforcement, where I yell at my landscape guy. I mean, it's... Anyway, those sounds aren't that loud. Cool. All right. So this is a good time for everybody to get creative. And there's a lot of people that might be watching that are saying, I'm not a creative person. Yeah, whatever. Yes, you are. You can be. Being creative isn't something that you're just inherently born with. Being creative is something that you practice, okay? Like so many colleagues have expressed to me like, oh, I'll never be the creative teacher. And I think I've talked about this long time ago on an episode, but it's like, yeah, you can be a creative teacher. You can be a creative person. You just got to practice with anything, drawing, playing an instrument, writing. Like no one is ever born with, I mean, some people are just inherently better naturally at some things, sure, but you just got to practice it. And now is a great time to practice that thing that you always wish you were able to do, that you always wished that you were able to do. Like if you wanted to play an instrument, do it. Mr. Bacon, I'm talking to you right now. The other day you expressed to me that you always wanted to try to learn to play guitar and you gave up in college. Pick that guitar back up again. If you're someone that wants to learn how to write or, I don't know, draw, whatever, sing, now's the time to do it. Use this quarantine time to develop a new skill, because it's all going to be therapeutic for you. All right. Especially if you're someone who struggles with just being indoors constantly, you got to learn something new. And the internet is a beautiful source to go out there and stay creative and keep your mind active. All right. You're keeping your mind active is just as important as keeping your body active. So yeah, I mean, don't worry about me, guys. I am perfectly fine upstairs. I can be by myself all day, every day. It actually gets to a point where my wife will be like, hey, you want to do something like besides just make stuff? So it's kind of the opposite for me. I love being by myself and using my creative side. That's why I always do this podcast, and that's why I'm always writing. I'm always playing music, because if I don't do those things, I go crazy. Angela says, I'm taking this time to learn ASL on YouTube. There you go. Nice. That's awesome. That's going to be a very useful skill at different points in your life. So keep going with that. That's cool. So yeah, I mean, like, my mind is doing two things usually. 98% of the time it's making fun of things that I'm watching, making fun of people that I'm watching, making fun of just the world. And then second thing I'm always doing is thinking about what can I make next? What can I create next? What's my next project? And I hope I can inspire some of you to kind of gear your brain to think that way during this crazy time right now when we're all just by ourselves wondering what to do. So bottom line is it's okay if you're not out there being busy all the time. All right. That's the bottom line. So usually I go for about half an hour with these things, but who knows? This live edition, I might extend it a little bit. I got 6 viewers here on YouTube. I got 3 on Instagram right now. Hey, thanks for joining, guys. Really appreciate you spending the time here watching the podcast. Yeah, right here. Prawn Protector 2 says that's right. And it's just better to explore yourself than panicking to the point where you're stuck in the same place mentally. 100% agree. 100% agree. So, good. All right. If anybody has any questions, feel free to shoot them my way. My mouth's getting kind of dry from talking and trying to yell. What are they? Never mind. Something that's been really awesome. Look, I teach 16-year-old kids, and kind of the perception of 16-year-olds in America is they're apathetic, they don't care, they only care about themselves, et cetera, et cetera. And that couldn't be further from the truth. After this shutdown happened or the school closures happened, I got like 5 or 6 or 7 messages from my students saying that they missed being at school. And they were like, I hope you and your wife are safe, and I hope you're doing what you can to stay safe and all that. Like, that's beautiful, you know? Like, these kids care and have so much empathy that I have no fears when it comes to the next generation, you know? They're all great. They're all great in their own way. So, all right, now they're trimming the branches. So, I'm pretty happy that I got a good amount of toilet paper left. You know, I think like a month ago, I was grocery shopping, and my wife was like, "We're getting pretty close with toilet paper. You might want to get some." And I remember being like, "Nah, I'll be fine." But then some instinct in me told me, "Nah, get the toilet paper. Just get it." And I did. And here we are. I think I've got like 8 rolls left, so I'm feeling pretty happy. Is that someone knocking at my door? Just kidding. Zenny says, just need a bidet. I've been thinking about it. I mean, if things get too messy, I just hop in the shower. You know, that's the way I'm going to handle it once the toilet paper situation is out. Like, okay, listen, or a hose with a spray gun, that's another way to do it. Now, if you're the person that has hoarded toilet paper or has hoarded hand sanitizer or soap, I got one thing to say to you. You're a bastard. All right. What are you doing? Stop it. All right. Quit. People, just go regular grocery shopping as usual. Pick up the normal amount that you would, and everything will be fine. Okay? Just buy a super soaker, and you and Kristen can take turns bending over and spraying each other. We already do that. No, but it's just so weird. Like, I get preparing, okay? But there's also just complete selfishness. Like the other day, I literally was in Target trying to get like the bare essentials. And they just had restocked some hand soaps, all kinds, $1 each. I only took 2 though. I took 2. I was like, all right, this should last for a while. And Austin says he just likes the taste of hand sanitizer. Hey man, you know, you do you. I'm just kidding. Please do not ingest hand sanitizer. None of you, please. Austin, you're a terrible role model. But anyway, I mean, leave some there for others. It's the bottom line. I mean, I'm okay right now. I'm not freaking out. We got tissue paper, we got napkins. It's going to be their time to shine eventually. So, do what you can. Oh gosh. All right. So, um, but yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird knowing that if you go outside, you are in a particular amount of danger. That's like science fiction movie stuff. But it's important that we're taking it seriously. I mean, I admit I was a person a week ago that was like, these people don't know what they're talking about. It's going to be fine. We're going to be all right. And I still think that, but I'm also now like, okay, I got to think a different way now when I go outside, or I got to just be more careful, you know? So is what it is. I really don't want to talk about the coronavirus the entire time. I mean, we're here to inform and educate, but we're also here to entertain. So there was already someone in Ohio held at gunpoint over toilet paper. Can you imagine that? I mean, seriously imagine. Seriously imagine. Let's go to both sides of this. Imagine yourself as the person with toilet paper first. All right, you turn the corner, you got toilet paper in your hands, and someone has a gun to your head saying, "Give me the toilet paper." First of all, how could you not laugh in that scenario? Second, that is ridiculous. Now imagine being on the other end. You're at home, you're just sick and tired of not being able to wipe, and you grab your gun and you go outside to Walmart and you say, okay, today's the day. I'm going to get my toilet paper today. Imagine being that person. What else is going on in that person's life to make them decide today's the day I'm going to get my toilet paper? There's so many weirdos out there. Like we had some lady, I don't know, in the Tower District here in Fresno who was demanding that certain places get shut down. So she started coughing on people and like shouting that she had the fever and like, what are you doing? I understand your intention a little bit, but don't do it that way. All right. Just write a letter. I don't know, man. Do something where you're not just causing panic. So, PK, we'll see you later. Thanks for joining. Right back at you. Be safe. I mean, it's just weird. Thank you for finishing. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Go home, please. I went on Amazon the other day. Yesterday. Ever since I was a little kid, I've lived off of SpaghettiOs, Chef Boyardee, soup, and there will always be a can of SpaghettiOs in my pantry. And canned foods are gone. And went on to Amazon, went on to Walmart, went on to Target, name the grocery store I checked. All sold out of SpaghettiOs, or said, this is real. This is real. I can't get my SpaghettiOs. This is real. So it's weird. And like, it's just strange. We're this morning we had a virtual meeting with we had a digital hangout, a Google Hangout with all of the teachers instead of an actual in-person staff meeting. Jacob, do you have cans of SpaghettiOs? You better not be fooling. But yeah, it was so funny. Just we were all on the screen there and talking about what to do and how to get our kids new assignments and things. And it's strange. It's just strange. I've said that probably 50 or 60 times now, but that's the truth. So what I'm planning to do, especially if it's official that we're not going back to school this entire semester, I mean, I want to say a proper goodbye to my students because they have been by far the best students I've ever had. I always say goodbye at the end of every school year, and I try to make it really meaningful and all that. And I'm not going to be able to do that maybe this year, so I'm hoping I can find a way to digitally, you know, get out to my students so they can all watch me say my goodbye thing. Like that's heartbreaking that I'm not going to be able to do that. Mr. Potter says if you cut spaghetti into smaller pieces and duct tape them just so, SpaghettiOs. That's what I like to hear right there. Some innovation, improvisation also. Gosh. Yeah, I want to have a proper goodbye at some point, you know? So, is what it is though. All right. So once again, if you're a parent and you've got kids that need reading material, let me know. I've got audiobooks, I've got PDF copies, I've got activities for them to do. Just let me know. Yes, Daniel, it's true that the governor of California said that they might not open back up at all this semester. That's true. That's what he said yesterday. And he talked about how that's what he said to his daughter or something. So it's very possible. We just got to take it day by day. Pretty crazy, though. Also, you know me, I'm a big Chargers fan. Rivers is officially an Indianapolis Colt now. So I'll be rooting for the Colts. And Tom Brady is now a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. How about that? That's crazy. Jacob says, that's sad. I feel bad for your students because they will never see the full Norris verse. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, no, I don't like not being at work. I mean, everybody loves not being at work. I mean, it's work, you know, and there is definitely a degree of yes, don't have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning every day. Like, yeah, for sure. But it really hits home when you realize, like, I love spending time with these kids every single day and seeing them. When you're suddenly not with them anymore, it really sucks. And you see how much they care about you with how they respond to something like this, and they're messaging you and all these things, and makes it hurt even more. But we're coping as long as we're safe. That's the number one goal, right? We're doing this to make sure that we can go out and eat food at restaurants again and hang out with people in groups of 10 or more. I saw this pretty funny meme that was like, the governor says don't hang out in gatherings of 10 or more. And it's like, what about all the Mexican families that there's 10 people or more that live in one house? It's so true, though. Like, they just kind of look at each other like, uh-oh, what are we supposed to do now? It's so true. Like, but I think the main point here is, you know, don't freaking go to Disneyland. Yes, it's closed, but like, don't go to the beach. All right. I saw this thing about Florida people just hanging out in the water and on the sand all together, and then they're like 13 new cases showed up. Like, Florida, get it together. If I have anybody listening from Florida, stop it. Okay, stop it. Oh, you guys are commenting a lot. I can't. Here we go. Brady taking L's. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what he's truly, you know, about. He's not going to have all the weapons and the coaching that he's used to having. So we'll see what he's truly made of here. It's going to be cool. Oh my gosh. So the new Jurassic World movie stopped filming. That was sad. And then the new Batman movie stopped filming, which is even more sad. John Krasinski, the Jim from The Office, his new movie, Quiet Place Part 2, that is not going to be premiering yet. The new James Bond movie. I mean, the theaters are closing. Like, companies like Netflix and Hulu, like, they got to step up and find a way to just pump out some good movies and TV shows for us. I've been watching Better Call Saul lately, and for anybody who's a Breaking Bad fan, please watch Better Call Saul. And I know a lot of you have tried to watch the first season. You said it was too slow and boring, and it's not. You just need to be patient. Keep watching, because Better Call Saul, at times, I have said to myself, and Mr. Bacon has said this too, we think it might be better than Breaking Bad. But that's not a permanent statement. So anyway, been rewatching Breaking Bad, and that show is just so good, so perfect, easily the best show I've ever seen. So, but as far as TV and movies go, don't allow your brain to just consume screens, over and over again. Like, do something where your mind's being productive also. And these people are just not done cutting down trees, apparently. Here they go again. Anyway, so we're almost about 40 minutes in. I'm having fun with this. I like the whole live setup here. I'll continue doing this until I go back to work, whenever that is. Otherwise, this is the way we're going to do it. I think the lighting's okay. It's kind of dark looking on YouTube, but on Instagram, we're looking good. I got my mic right here, so we got the whole setup. Check my email really quick. Stores are starting to shut down. Target's starting to close a lot earlier. So that's kind of scary. Trying to get our groceries and stuff. Again, kids messaging me. Hope you and your wife are safe. Like, what the heck? Beautiful thing. Okay. I have not tried pho yet, Daniel. I really want to. You should bring me some one day. I don't think I have, but yeah, bring me some at some point. I'd love to try it. Have a good one. Be safe. Apparently I need some. All right. Just put some in a bowl and wear a hazmat suit and deliver it to me. Austin asks, how many pizzas could you eat in 30 days? That's Papa John's reference, I think. I could eat 40 pizzas. Why was his voice that low on the video? I don't get that. Why was it like, I could eat 40 pizzas in 30 days? And why was he so sweaty? Probably because he was eating 30 pizzas or 40 pizzas in 30 days, which is not, it's not possible, I don't think. Jacob says the news is on right now on ABC and they are announcing a shutdown. What does that mean? Shutdown of what? Specifically, let's jump over here to the news and check it out. Fresno locking down at midnight. Essential services will stay open. Is that what you're talking about, Jacob? That's crazy. I mean, midnight is, we should all be in bed by then. What am I talking about? I don't go to bed till like 4 a.m. when I start getting in vacation mode. But dang, okay. Shelter in place order in response to COVID-19. That's insane. Literally locked down now. Wow. All right. I mean, living in an learn how to speak. Apocalyptic dystopian world, dude. What the heck is going on? Sharon, what's up? On the news, it just said that Fresno's in a lockdown tonight at midnight. Only essential services will be open, whatever that means. So I assume fire department, police department, emergency. I'm just waiting for the purge siren to start. That's where we're at. It feels like. What the hell happened here? How do you guys feel about David Muir? He's definitely the best news anchor, in my opinion. That guy, he knows how to deliver the news. Kevin's back. What's your percentage at now? Are we at about 12%? Let me know. Okay, so Fresno locking down at midnight. Essential services will stay open.
Else, I asked the people of Fresno to remain calm during this highly unusual.
I feel bad for the. Wait, is Angela still here? 32%. Great job, Kevin. That's what I like to see. That's easily going to last you for the next couple hours. No, but why are you learning? Angela, are you still here? I don't want to ask you a question if you're not still here. Oh my, these people are literally right in front of my apartment, cutting down trees. Okay, Angela, so what made you want to learn ASL? I'm just curious. Okay. This is ridiculous, man. All right. That's pretty weird. So don't go outside after midnight, guys. Don't do it. Hi to those of you who just joined. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Valeria. How you doing? Oh my God. The name on the door of this truck says Kevin. Kevin, I'm looking at you. Tell your people to stop cutting down trees in front of my apartment. I'm trying to. I always thought when I was little that if you shared names with someone, like if there was if there are other Justins in the world, like we were related. I always used to think that we could communicate with each other in some way. I know the trees are ridiculous. Why? Out of all days, what's so important about cutting down the trees? I don't know. Our tree in the front fell down last year. I'm sorry, but a contract is a contract. All right, fine. I'll just email the CEO of Kevin's and let them know that I have an issue. Mr. Potter asks, will we turn into gremlins after midnight? It's a good question, but you know the rules. Once the clock strikes midnight, no eating. We've had a decent amount of hard-hearing deaf patients. Okay, and I'd like to give them the decency of a face-to-face conversation. Cool. No, that's awesome of you. Definitely do that. That's going to be a great thing. Yeah, I always felt like, oh, okay, that person's name is Justin. You're cool. We're both cool because we both share the same name. Reminds me of a part in Julius Caesar where one of the conspirators, the group of men who are trying to kill Julius Caesar, his name is Cinna. And once the Romans all turn against the conspirators, they go and they find another guy named Cinna who's just a poet, and they murder him, all because his name is the same as one of the conspirators. All that made me think of that. But plus, if there's a purge, Sebastian and I can communicate silently. Now I see your true intentions. Ulterior motives much? 45 minutes, guys. I'm having fun. Happy that you're sticking around with me. Sharon asks, why is Kevin so special? I could go on and on and on about why Kevin is so special. That'll save for another podcast. Oh boy. So totally forgot about St. Patrick's Day. I mean, I don't celebrate it regardless. I mean, I'm wearing green right now, making up for it. But yeah, Mr. Potter brought back Cato. Mr. Bacon, you still watching? Oh boy. All right. Let's see. Let's check the news again here. Bacon's still watching. Sweet. Hey, remember when you pronounced it Cato? But it's actually Cato? You're an idiot. And because of the Cato thing, I just want everyone to know, especially if any of Mr. Bacon's students are watching, once we return, I will be teaching his classes from here on out. Yeah, you change those kids' lives by making them dumb. It's not a good thing to celebrate. All right, that's why I'm taking over. So pack your bags, scram. Okay. That's always a victory. Not getting pinched on. If you're the kind of person that walks around looking for people to pinch on St. Patrick's Day, get out of here. What is wrong with you? Get a job, get a hobby. Weirdo. Pinching people. Mr. Bacon says I can finish the semester for him. All right, cool. I'll make an online course dedicated to the pronunciation of Roman senators. It's going to be essential. Let's go to, let's see. I don't want to reveal where I get my news. All these political biases. Pinchers get Stinchers. That was good. Sharon says, anyone else, I would bail their live video, but since you're you, I have to say goodbye graciously. I appreciate that, Sharon. Thank you very much. Okay. What's going on here? It's not so drastic this time, just because the coronavirus is like all that's happening right now in the media. But this little bottom part in the news where it's the ticker, it always makes me laugh. It's like coronavirus takes 10 more lives, coronavirus cases, blah blah blah, vaccine being tested, Taco Bell has a brand new chalupa for $2.99, coronavirus take but it's not really funny this time. It's just all coronavirus. Whoop. So can we get a running tally of how much you're raising for COVID-19 awareness? Currently we are at, where are we at, Kevin? $30.28. So, it's better than nothing. I've been standing up this entire time, by the way. I mean, I'm a pro at standing all day. I stand for 8 hours a day. But I just want you to know that I am also standing for you today. Okay? Stand up. Stand up to Corona. That's the new hashtag. I really want some SpaghettiOs, though. I have been craving SpaghettiOs. I wrote it on my calendar at work, so I don't know specifically. I feel like I'm on day 58 or day 60 of my 90-day diet. But I've been good. It's been especially challenging staying at home. Just, seeing the food and knowing that I'm right there by the food all the time has been a challenge, but I've been disciplined for sure. What I'm trying to figure out is, why is there a toilet paper outage? Kevin, while you were charging your phone, my man, that's what we were talking about, was toilet paper. So it's your fault that you missed it. No, but we were just talking about how dumb it is that people go in there and take all of the toilet paper. It's pretty ridiculous. So, stock market's going crazy. Ravioli's a good one. For Chef Boyardee, I like to go to just straight up spaghetti and meatballs. They have this jumbo line where it's like giant stuffed ravioli and giant meatballs. Remember that commercial for Olive Garden? It was like a year ago now. For April Fools, it was released, and people thought it was a joke, but it was actually real. This commercial with this giant meatball just falling on top of spaghetti. That's a real thing. Since January, I went from 225 pounds to 208 by just cutting back on meat. Good. Yeah. I have specifically cut out red meat. I'll still eat fish and turkey and chicken, but also sparingly with that. But yeah, no hamburger meat, no like roast beef or anything like that. So that's been a big help. But just drinking water, exclusively water, has been the biggest change that has helped me for sure. You need to get the podcast sponsored by Chef Boyardee. I would accept Chef Boyardee, but I'm pulling for SpaghettiOs. SpaghettiOs is by far more superior than Chef Boyardee. Yeah, no red meat. Exactly, Mr. Potter. Thank you. I want to bring up something Mr. Potter said the other day. That is actually a good tip if you're a tall person. If you're a short person, this doesn't really adhere to you, unfortunately. But the other day, I was walking out of the copy room at work, and he talked about how you got to push the door open from the very top, because most people aren't pushing the door from at the very top, and that is even better advice to follow these days now. But like I said, to the shorties in the audience, looks like you're gonna die sooner. I'm just kidding. But yeah, try to use your elbow or something. Otherwise, you don't want to touch the handle or the little metal rod to open the door. Ugh. Ugh. Trees are still being cut down, so that's fun. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to check the news one more time, see if there's anything new, and if there's not, we're going to go ahead and call it. We'll push the door open by the bottoms, all right? You're going to look like a weirdo doing it, but hey, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Short people got no reason to live. That's a real song, Randy Newman. Check it out. Okay, here we go. Senate approves coronavirus relief measure. Okay. Doggy doors work. For shorter people. Yes, thank you, Mr. Potter, for clarifying that. We don't need to go through any doggy doors. We just got them on the top. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, this is what I'm planning to do. For some reason, Instagram kicked me off. Okay. Sing us a song as your outro. Good idea, Austin. I'll go ahead and do that. But first, let me say what I was going to say. I want to continue doing this live version of the podcast, being that we're going to be inside all the time. Thanks for coming back. For some reason, Instagram kicked me off. But I don't know. I might do it more than weekly. I might do it once every 3 days or so, just to check in. This has been fun. I don't know. What do you think? I think it's a good thing for us to talk and all that stuff. Thanks for coming back. Instagram kicked me off. I'm going to wrap it up soon, though. New email. Nope. Kevin, I don't know. I feel like your people had something to do with it. They're cutting down trees, and I think they're messing with my internet, too. They're going to get a very strongly worded letter. All right, so I'm going to sing an outro song by request of Austin. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Stay safe from corona. Stay safe from the germs. Don't go outside. Stay at home. Stay at home. And watch positive reinforcement. Kevin just called me Karen. All right, I'm done. Thanks for joining, guys. That was 56 minutes. Holy crap. I appreciate you watching and commenting and all that. I will see you next time. I'll definitely do this again. So, all right. Goodbye. See ya.